Hello, welcome to Little Bits of Wellness. I'm Julie. Today we're going to be talking about nutrition goals versus nutrition reality. I have been working on my own nutrition and learning about nutrition to help improve for about 30 years now. I am a working mom with a tight budget and a tight schedule, so I need good food to fit my family's needs. How about you? What is nutrition? The definition on the internet states that it is food necessary for health. A similar word for nutrition is nourishment. And I don't know about you, but nourishment just sounds like a really nice word as far as taking in food and nutrition. It just sounds really good for your body to nourish yourself. Okay, maybe I've gone too far. The definition for nourishment is food or substances for growth, health, and good condition. It still sounds good. Nourishment. Okay, so what are we normally thinking about when we're considering nutrition? You usually hear this come up when you're changing something in your life, like your diet, so that you can lose weight, or maybe you have a medical condition that now limits how you're eating. Then there's also, you just want to eat good food because you'd like to nourish your body. So if we want to look at nutrition from a dieting standpoint or a calorie deficit standpoint, a great free resource is the Harris-Benedict equation. You can look this up online. It is a formula to take the difficulty out of trying to figure out how many calories you should be eating any given day. The reason you'd want to know how many calories that you need, like your baseline, this is what you need if you were in a coma, in a bed, doing nothing, your body would still need this amount of calories in order to stay healthy. So then this Harris-Benedict equation allows you to put in information to whether you're lightly active, let's start with you're sedentary, or you're lightly active, moderately active, or very active. And that can be the difference between the type of work you do. Say you do my type of work at a hospital where you are up and moving and walking around every day. You're on your feet a lot, but I'm not doing something really strenuous like working at a warehouse where I'm physically lifting up to 70 pounds per box over and over and over again. So a real good reason for you to get your baseline calories of how much you need, that would be like for a maintenance weight, or if you were not trying to change anything but you wanted to make sure you were eating what your body needs. This could be significant for people who do not eat enough food and they're trying to create better hormone levels, bone density, overall feeling of wellness. You would need to eat at least your maintenance calories in order to accomplish those things. There's other things you'd want that for too. It's just not coming to my mind right now. So if we're going back to talking about nutrition from the diet standpoint, where you're going in a calorie deficit, meaning you're going to eat less than the maintenance amount of calories that you need in order to lose weight or lose fat. Another great resource. For the most part, it's free. I've been using the free version for so many years. I want to say it's been like 20 years that I've been using the MyFitnessPal app. It's very convenient because it's got a huge database of different foods, all the different brands. If you do not find what you're looking for in there, you can program in the name of the food and all of the nutritional facts that are on the package that you're eating from. However, there are so many versions that you're likely to find what you're looking for. This app allows you to track your calories. So it's got a breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks segments in there that you can add your food to so that you can see how many calories you are consuming per meal if that's important to you. They do also have a premium member package. I have not ever used that, but it is available if you have some other goals in mind or you need a better focus on your nutrition. You might be asking, do I really need to count calories? Yes, I'm sorry. If your goal is to lose weight, the best way is a calorie deficit. Make sure you're eating under your needed calories. And the most effective way to do that is to track how many calories you're eating, because how do you know if you've gone over if you're not tracking what you're eating? Let me rephrase. It is not the only way that you can lose weight, but it is the most effective and your best at being consistent with your weight loss is to track the calories. As always, I'd like to recommend that before you go on any diets or change your exercise regimen, that you do check in with your doctor. I don't know your personal medical conditions. I don't know if you have anything else going on of significance in your life, so your doctor would know that and be able to give you the best recommendations going forward. Everything I'm talking about is just good suggestions as to how you can start your goal and then keep working towards it. Another great resource that I'd like to recommend is Renaissance Periodization, also known as RP. They do provide, I'm gonna call it a meal plan, but it's not like eat this food at this time. Oh, better yet, it's a macro plan. So it tells you around the times of day to eat your meals. It tells you how many macros you're going for. So unlike the scenario where you're counting the calories, this is a specific set of protein, carbohydrates, vegetables, and fats that they recommend that you eat at different times of day. And this is personalized to you. It is a program that you would have to purchase. I have purchased a program with them. I'm currently getting back to it. I started and was consistent with it for about 2 months, and then family stuff got crazy, kids' basketball games and schedule rotations and inflation and stuff just got a little crazy. So I did take a break from it. The great thing is it's your meal plan, it's your plan once you purchase it. So I have printouts of it because that's how I like to use my material. I like a good physical copy of almost everything. But I printed it out and I put it on the fridge so that I know what my goals for eating each meal are. And it also really helps with meal prep. Great program. They go really, really in depth with how-to videos, frequently asked questions. They really, really work out all of the kinks for you and help you get started in the best way. So it comes with a baseline of macros you're trying to hit, and then it goes into fat loss 1 and fat loss 2, where it kind of gets a little bit tighter with your macros, cutting down on the carbs and the fats, but you're still going to be consuming these food categories. No worries if you are not there and not ready to get that deep with meal planning, with diets, with anything yet. I just wanted to throw it out there because I find it to be a really helpful resource at where I am with my goals. So if your goal is simply to eat healthier, like you don't care about fat loss, you don't care about maintenance, you're not in it for any of that, good nutrition is, if you're in the supermarket, pretty much all of the best nutrition is on the outer layout of the store, right? So you're gonna wanna try to stay away from the more processed foods in the middle of the store. It's probably the easiest visual that I can give you is just staying on the outside, the fresh produce, the unprocessed meats, and then your minimally processed dairy, because I'm not sure that there's really any dairy that's not processed at a grocery store. So when I'm thinking of eating healthy just for the sake of eating good, we only get one life, right? This is the only body I get. They're not going to exchange it if something goes wrong with it. So I'm trying to eat the best nutrition I can to help my body feel good and perform good, and have the best use of my body as long as I can. We're all gonna get older, right? So do I want to be the old granny sitting in the wheelchair and I can't go to the restroom by myself, and I don't have the mental wherewithal that I once had? It doesn't sound like fun to me. I would like to avoid Depends for as long as possible. So these are things I'm thinking of when I'm thinking about my nutrition. Another thing you might be considering when you're thinking about your nutrition and your health is your kids, right? What kind of a life or a support do you want to be able to give them? If you raise them with good information on nutrition, right? You're eating healthy now when they're young, then as they get older, they've already got these skills that they're going to go out into adulthood with, and they're going to have that benefit that you have given them. So one other thing on just eating for the sake of wanting to feel good, when I eat my vegetables and my healthy proteins, and I'm really sticking to some of the fresher, less processed foods, I feel amazing. I have a higher energy level. There's less brain fog going through my head. I can think through issues better. My mood is so much better. I'm a lot more loving and happy than when I am drinking a lot of soda or eating the more processed foods or just eating in a way that I know is not supporting my overall well-being. And this is me coming from no high horse or no place of judgment. We are all at different places in our lives. We all have different financial abilities and time abilities. So please take none of this as me judging you if it is your preference to have mac and cheese. My daughter, all day, every day, that is almost all she will eat is some mac and cheese. So it's just me doing my best to try to incorporate some other food groups in there for her. If we're tying the two things together, you're eating healthy for the sake of feeling good and you're eating healthy and watching your nutrition for the sake of losing fat, you have to think about, do you want sustainability or do you want to be repeating the same pattern that you have potentially repeated in the past? Let me see if anyone else can relate. You have started a diet or you've started a meal plan and you've started working out and you're like really committed and really into it and feeling great, and then life happens again and the kids are sick and then you're sick and then everybody else is sick and then you're trying to recover from having time off of work. Whatever the scenario, right? There could be other stuff that happened that derailed you. You could have just gotten super stressed out and so tired of counting the calories and doing the cardio that you just give up, right? You just don't have it in you. And so you just eat what's easy, or you eat what's easier and you stop working out. Can any of you relate to this? I'm sure I'm not the only one that's gone through that. If you're finding value in this video, if any of this information is helping you or you're just enjoying the content, if you could click that like button down below to help support the channel, thank you. The reality is that sometimes you have to start over or start over many times in order to get towards your goal. The best thing is once you realize that you're off track, you just reset and restart. After you've determined how many calories that your body needs in order to just maintain, it's great to think of a calorie deficit as just about a deduction of about 200 calories. So say my maintenance calories are at 1900 calories a day, I'd want to take it down to about 1800 or ultimately 1700 calories in order to start achieving my weight loss goals. So the reason I say that is because if you dip down to say 1300 calories, and I have had a meal plan before tell me to only eat 1300 calories every day, yeah, I lost weight. I also got depressed and moody and I had like the lightheadedness and the stars going on all the time because my body did not have enough nutrition to function, okay? I also had a pretty physical job at the time, so it was just kind of a crazy idea. But when you think about the fact that most diet plans will have you restrict calories, or you yourself will have you restrict calories so significantly, and then you go hit up cardio and you're going as fast as you can and you're just really working as hard as you can every day, some people for 6-7 days out of the week, it's not sustainable. It's not a good reality. it's a great goal starting out, but it is not going to be sustainable for you to do over a long period of time and feel good. So it's better to just start out with a small deficit, a small step towards the goal, and then you're going to want to be in that deficit for about 2 months, 3 months at the most, especially if you're doing a significant deficit, because your body does need time to recover and bring back up those hormone levels. You're affecting more than just your fat in your body when you go into a deficit. Okay, your brain mainly functions on carbs and fats in order to give yourself energy so you feel alert and alive and responsive. That's when we start feeling all draggy and stuff like that. I mean, that's one of the reasons we're sleep and all these other things, right? There's more than just nutrition, but that is the fascinating thing, is how much goes into your ability to think and feel good, and nutrition is a huge factor. When you are working on your nutrition, you want to strive for an 80-20 ratio. What do I mean by that? So you're not going to be eating perfectly for 100% of the time. So you're going to try really hard for about 80% of the time, and then if you occasionally slip up, or you occasionally miss some calories or something like that, it's going to be okay, and your body's still going to adapt, and you're still going to be able to have the weight loss that you're looking for. So if you start out with a small step, you can always go down more if you need to, but you might see after a couple of weeks that your body has adjusted and is willing to actually part with some of the weight that you're trying to lose. Again, it's not all related to the scale and how much you weigh. You can take body measurements, and soon I'll be posting a video on how you can take those measurements on different areas of your body that can help you see the progress you're making, even if the weight on the scale is not moving. You are still making progress. You are still doing stuff inside your body, and it's good stuff. Bone density is huge. So if you're eating good nutrition, those are heavier bones, right? So that might play into the scale not going down, but you're building good, strong bones that will help you with walking later in life, keep you from breaking a hip as you're, getting into old age. These are all important and wonderful things that we don't really talk about or hear about when you're thinking about dieting. Soon I'll be doing some videos on some meal ideas, some different foods that I use on a regular basis that I feel are very delicious and nutritious, and they help me enjoy the food that I am eating while I am in a calorie deficit. Please be compassionate with yourself. You are working hard, you are doing a lot, and you're your hardest critic, right? I don't know about you. I know I do it. I am harder on myself than anyone would ever be. If you wouldn't talk to your friend or your loved one like you're talking to yourself in your mind, then don't do it, right? So you ate an Oreo. It's gonna be okay, right? You missed a workout. It's gonna be all right. Be compassionate with yourself. Take time for yourself. have some understanding for yourself like you would for other people. And know that the process is going to take time. It will. That's just how it works. If we're going super fast, then that means we're at too low of calories and we're making ourselves suffer. Whereas if we take the necessary time, that means overall your goal is more achievable. You're going to have a better result and it's going to stay, and you won't have to start and do it all over again. Just be patient. New lifestyle choices are an act of self-love. That is you taking care of yourself. Making good food choices is an act of self-love. It is you putting on your own air mask in the airplane that drops down so that you can be a better help to others, because you are loving you. You are taking care of you. And then you can spread your love and wonderfulness to others. My desire is to help you create wellness in your life. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe down below. We have a goal to reach 100 subscribers in 3 months. I'd love for you to come along for the ride. I have a lot of information to give and love and support to give, and I just want to thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Bye.